We're in Holyoke, Massachusetts, and we're going to talk about Germania Park. Germania Park was a triangle pie-shaped park where it was a wedge between two different streets, and it was on land purchased by the Germania Mill and given to the Holyoke for a park. All right, that was probably done sometime in the 1880s. This might be the first park ever in the history of Holyoke, and it was given to the Parks Department, which was just formed. So, this park might have been a private park at one time when Germania came in the 1860s and when they bought it. And I think 1868 they might have bought it. And when they handed it over, I don't know. Because I think the Parks Department didn't come around until like the early 1880s. But the reason why it's called Germania because there was a Germania mill close by, and there were Germania apartments across the street. So we'll show you those things. Now the park's been widened quite a bit because it used to be an extension down this street, which will keep going. So the street was there, and they took out the end of that street, and they put in a baseball field and surrounded with this big fence. Right. So the near half is the part that's ancient, and the far half is very, very new. All right, then they made a triangular section at the very end for enjoyment. You notice the park benches are on the tree belt itself, and that suggests that something was up. And what was up? Well, if you look at the narrow end part towards the south, the park benches are also very close. And so when you look over there, how close they were, the actual park went to a tip right at that street over there, Canal Street. And so the very tip has been cut off. And notice the park benches are so close to each other, right? But the park was starting to narrow there. And the park benches, when they were inside, would have been expanded outwards, but not that much because the park wasn't that wide. And they took those park benches and they put them in interior to the park. All right, so this park now is called Bonin Park, and it was probably named after one of the workers for Parks Department. I'll look that up at some point. All right, so we're going to give you two panoramics from this point. I'm going to describe along the way everything of importance. In the first one, right, so there's the park that's been expanded into a 90-foot baseball field. I'm sorry, it probably is a Little League baseball field by looking at it. Then on the outer edge, you start to see the mills out there. That is the American Mill number 4, and you notice the street coming in at an angle over there. That street happens to have another park on now called Vega Park, but it used to cut right in and actually narrowed this park. But when it cut it off, made it wider. All right, then it sweeps around on Jackson Street. We got another street coming in. So this streets coming in each other to form that wedge. And then behind us, very importantly, there used to be Germania apartments back here. 4 enormous apartment complexes. Only one of them is left. One of the Germania is left. It used to be called the Battleship because the people said it looked like a battleship. Imagine 4 of those. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, that's what you would have had. So this was the battleship area of Holyoke, as you saw the way. Right. Now on the edge here, you have the 3rd level canal. And that part of the canal never had mills on it. It was just to bring the water in to the end of 3rd level canal. We had a lot of mills. Now in the distance is Interstate 391. Right. In this direction, if you had a clear view, which you don't anymore, but if you did and you used to, you could see Germania Mill number 1 and 2 in the distance, but not anymore. Right? And now there's 2 entrances into this park. There's one big one here, but also one that goes into that park. And then there's an entrance down at the other end. So we're going to do a panoramic for you. Thank you.